Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome to Gamer News for May of 2022. Holy smokes, the year is moving on. It is moving in towards some summertime. But we still got another month of spring left to go, so we got lots of games and everything to go over before we get to that. And it's amazing, you know. We going into March, and it's like there's nothing new coming out, and all the issues around that. And then literally towards the end of halfway through April and towards the end of April, all of a sudden, you know, drop this, drop that. This is the new meta for game companies now. They're not giving out any real dates. They're just saying 2022 and then just surprise drop releasing everything, right? That's just what they're doing. Except that we do have a few exceptions to that rule, and one of those exceptions is on the screen right now. And before we talk about all the gamer news that's coming up, let's talk about the backgrounds we got coming up today. We have all kinds of backgrounds in the gamer news. Of course, we got Transport Fever 2 and InfraSpace. Of course, both the Transport Fever and InfraSpace are going to have new series starting this month. We've got Facteroids, which just came out there about a week and a half ago, and we're going to have some more video series on that. No Man's Sky Live, being an outlaw, because I'm a pirate and I do things. We've, of course, got a little background on that going on today. Dyson Sphere Program. Holy smokes, we've got lots to talk about there, and that'll be in the backgrounds. And, of course, a little bit of ICARUS, because they're still coming out with the odd occasional weekly mission release, which, you know, they, who knows what they're doing nowadays. But let's get into the news. We'll talk more about it. First, Transport Fever 2, since it's in the background, let's talk about it first. It is going to be, the release date for the new update is May the 10th. We, of course, are going to be doing a new series on that, and I want to let everybody know that we'll be probably doing a fair amount of that live. So, of course, that should be very interesting. I'll be obviously doing some of the tedious stuff in the background, just like I do with all my live stuff. That being said, of course, we want to look at some of the really cool features, things such as, like, you know, how cities are supposed to have more industry pop up as they grow. And that's why we're going to be playing on a much bigger map. I'm hoping to drive population harder so as we can try to get that to trigger. Because that was the one thing that we couldn't get to work in the beta version. And that really kind of bothered me. But I shouldn't, you know, I shouldn't have worried about that too much. It was beta. We'll see how it goes on the May 10th live, and that, of course, will be awesome. Of course, we have InfraSpace coming up, and its May release. Now, there is no solid date yet as of the time of making of this video, but they are releasing in their next big update in May. So we're just going to wrap up InfraSpace the core, and that was a great series. We got a great map, and we're going to push it even harder. And, of course, we're going to be launching the new series, InfraSpace Cubed. You betcha. InfraSpace Cubed will be launching as soon as we can get the next update coming out. Since they do their updates usually on a Thursday, I don't know if it'll be like this Thursday or the next Thursday that's coming up here shortly, but it's going to definitely be busy. Definitely busy with Transport Fever 2 being released here shortly, and InfraSpace, the May update, coming out here shortly. It is going to be that alone will create a busy month. But of course, we just got the release of Facteroids. Facteroids, of course, it's a nice little game. I would say it's a little bit of a backseater game that allows you to relax, but allows you to play a factory setting. So it's not super intense like playing Satisfactory or Factorio or anything like that. It's kind of like a more relaxed factory engineer game, and I kind of like that, because especially for those who may want to just kind of get into the experience of a factory game without all the heaviness of the factory games. Because, I mean, you know, Factorio and Satisfactory and the lines and the products and the stuff you have to do is really, really intense. And at this point in time, in Facteroids, yes, there's a little of intensity, but nothing too hard to push you too much, which is actually, it's actually kind of relaxing, and I'm kind of enjoying that game. Of course, we're going to throw out some extra tutorials on that. especially around factories and refiners. And then, of course, we're also going to talk about colonists and how to keep them alive. I got 2 tutorials coming out on that. Keep an eye out for them shortly. Of course, we're also playing the No Man's Sky Outlaws update. I'm Max. I'm Max the Pirate. Yeah, you know it. I must admit, this update, I'm really enjoying this update of No Man's Sky. It's the update, you know, like I've owned No Man's Sky since day one. You know, from 6 years ago to now, No Man's Sky has changed so much. It has so much for everybody, right? If you're a base builder, it's got all that. If you're an explorer, it's got all that. If you're a ship finder, it's got all that, right? You want to, you know, see all the universes, it's got all that. It's got all the things now that, you know, that really a space game, an intense, open universe space game really should have. I mean, it is a very excellent game, and the ships just continue to get better. Again, I was never a living ship kind of person, so I didn't come back for that update, but I'm having a great time in Outlaws, and I hope that we continue to play that as we come in towards summer as well. Dyson Sphere program. We are over 80 achievements. Keep in mind, just 3 months ago, I had 0 achievements. So we have been pushing hard, right? We have been pushing this hard to get all 100 achievements. So we have gone from 0 to 80. And of course, we're getting into the big ones now. They're going to get hard. They're going to get crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're going to get into them. And of course, it's going to probably take a little hiatus over the summer. And that's just because some of this stuff takes like a few weeks to gather up enough stuff and resources, such as the 10 million universal matrix cubes. I have it calculated now that currently with the factories I have, you're looking at a little over 20 real days to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to push for as many more achievements as we can get before we take the hiatus and into some summertime games, which I'm going to come back to here shortly. And then we'll let the hiatus of that will be, I'm going to stash up the stuff and the things, kind of letting it run in the background when I'm like, you know, doing chores around the house or whatever it is. You know, I'll let it run in the background, let it build up more universal matrix cubes or whatever it is I need it to build up. And then, of course, we're going to bring it back towards later in the summer, and then of course run the rest of the achievements. And of course that's going to include the 10-hour achievement run, which of course also includes the 25-hour achievement run, and then of course some of the other crazy achievements towards the very end. And so that should be really cool. Of course, now we're on to ICARUS. So you know, when they kind of you know, we got to the end of the missions, it was like, okay, well, you know, they weren't really coming out with anything. And then, of course, it was like, okay, well, we'll wrap up the series here. I'm fine with that. And then, of course, they started dropping a mission every week, like one mission every week. And now, they have missed a couple of weeks, but most weeks they usually drop a mission. And we have been playing those missions, and we're going to continue to do that. Even throughout the summer, I still enjoy playing ICARUS. ICARUS is a lot of fun. I don't know what it is about that game. It's just, like I keep saying, it's the game I love to hate, but I love to play. I don't know what it is, but they are getting closer to all the time, and they've got a little bit of reminder of No Man's Sky for me, except that they are fixing it much faster than No Man's Sky. Let's put it that way. Obviously. I've always given them the credit that they went for full release, quote-unquote full release in the title, instead of this early access gambit that so many people do nowadays. And then, you know, early access is now just an excuse to keep your game with bugs kicking around for 6 years while you're making all kinds of money. And then, of course, so now, I do applaud them for that maneuver. Yes, they have been doing their updates and treating the game as if it's in an early access state. That being said, they have been working very, very hard at that game, and I definitely enjoy that game, and I definitely have a good time with it. So ICARUS, of course, is going to stick around. We're going to play it as long as they keep releasing a weekly mission or something like that. Now, I'm not into this whole furniture building business. You know, I'm sure somebody out there is. So I'll skip those weeks so I can play other games. And at the same time, gathering missions aren't my thing, right? You want me to go off and hunt something, you want a meta animal down, I'm all for it. I'm on it, right? But, you know, you want me to go build some furniture, I'm probably not playing that mission that week. So, you know, ICARUS is kind of one of them ones where, hey, they come up with a cool mission, I'm there, right? You know, I'm grabbing the rifle, I'm grabbing the stone, I'm grabbing, you know, the love shack and the rifle and my oxygen tank, and I'm off, right? We're going to go do it. With that, of course, we've got some summertime games by June. By early June, of course, we'll be starting some summertime games. Party Pineapple will be back, of course, you know, because he likes to do his thing. He is the guy. He is running the show for some summertime. And, of course, I'm hoping that we get several demos that we get to play over the summer. And I hope everybody, of course, with the summer coming up is preparing for it. It's going to be awesome. We love summer. Of course, I do expect that through summer, InfraSpace Cubed and Transport Fever 2 will probably run through summer like a standard series, as I would not expect those to be wrapping up right away. Facteroids, though it may wrap up early in June, just because of the number of missions and stuff. We'll see how that goes, but some summertime games, of course, will be there with lots of, I'm hoping, several demos of little things and stuff, like kicking around and all the things, right? Because that's what we do for some summertime games. With that, this has been GamrNewz for May of 2022. I'm Max. That's right, I'm Maniac Max, and I hope everybody's having a good one, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.